So game 3 is in the books, and good Lord in heaven, holy cow. So yeah. Florida goes back home. The series tied at 1 apiece, and Florida comes out in game 3 and just shows who they are. I mean, it just shows their dominance. And I mean, my. I mean, barely a minute in, Marchand gets a goal. Brad Marchand, being the rat that he is, as a lot of people would call him, being the rat that he is, and just I mean, holy mackerel! I mean, the Panthers made the Oilers look just made them look bad. I mean, the Oilers just looked so discombobulated, and just they unraveled. They took so many undisciplined plays, penalties. Evander Kane not playing great, being just doing a few dumb things. Darnell Nurse goes and commits a cross-checking penalty, and then when the Panther player gets up, Wallman goes and punches him in the face, which I'm shocked didn't get a 5-on-3 there. I'm surprised Wallman didn't get a penalty on that either. It was a game that got out of hand. The Panthers win 6-1. They go up 2-1 in the series. Stuart Skinner did not have a great night. Again, on a lot of those goals, what's he supposed to do? What do you expect him to do? I mean, the goal that Sam Bennett scored, it was a 2-on-0. What do you expect Stuart Skinner to do when he's got 2 members of the Florida Panthers barreling down on him? And Luostarinen goes and they could have shuffled it back and forth there, but Luostarinen's like, "Oh, here you go, Sam. You got a clear shot." Feathers it over to Sam Bennett, who, I'm sorry, makes just a filthy move and just buries it on Stuart Skinner. What? Sam Bennett, what a move that. The little move, the little D. It's like, holy cow! What it was? Sam Bennett think he's Connor McDavid. It was like, Sam Bennett. That goal was gorgeous. It ends up being 6-1. There were plenty of scrums and fights and why-I-oughtas. And yeah, the Florida Panthers are doing something to the Edmonton Oilers that has not been done since the first 2 games of the LA series. The Oilers are becoming unglued. They're becoming unglued. They're becoming unraveled. They don't know. They're not themselves right now. The Florida Panthers have an ability to do that to teams. The LA Kings were doing that in games 1 and 2 of the divisional semifinal when they jumped up 2-0 on Edmonton. But then Edmonton found their game and then proceeded to run the show. Edmonton cannot afford to do that. What happened to them tonight, they can't afford to have that happen in game 4. They cannot have that happen in game 4. They need to win game 4. They have to. They have to gain that split going back to Edmonton for game 5. They have to. They cannot fall behind 3-1 on at the hands of the Florida Panthers. They can't. I understand. We saw it last year. Florida jumped up on them 3-0. They roared back. and I mean roared back to get that series to a Game 7. This is a different Panther team, though. The Panthers got the job done in Game 7 last year on home ice. This is a Panther team that is a little different. Most of the team is the same, but you've got Brad Marchand on that team now. This is a team that they know how to win. If the Oilers cannot find a way to win Game 4 and go and get this series tied at 2 apiece, if they fall behind 3-1, I don't think Florida wins it. I don't think Florida would win the series in Edmonton in Game 5. I think it's entirely possible they'd win it in Game 6 on home ice. I think it's entirely possible. The Florida Panthers are just, I mean, they are a completely different beast. They are just, I mean, they get under your skin. Steve Dangle said it best. This is a group of psychopaths. These guys, I mean, if you cannot play, if you cannot hang with these guys, they will run you over. They will theoretically murder you. In pure, not literal murder, obviously, but on the ice, they will destroy you. This Panther team is, I mean, the talent they have on this team, I mean, my goodness. I mean, and to have Brad Marchand playing on that team, on this team, oh my goodness. I don't know. This Panther team, they're 2 wins away from becoming back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. If they win Game 4 and go up 3-1 in this series, Florida having to win, or Edmonton then having to win 3 in a row. We know they did it last year. They lost games 1 through 3. They then came back and won games 4, 5, and 6. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. Not this time around. They fall behind 3-1, and they got to find a way to win 3 in a row against Florida, against this Panther team. This particular team now, no, I don't see it. This series, it could be done in 5 if, and it's a big if here. If the Oilers don't find a way to pull out Game 4, the series could be done in 5. I don't think it would be. I had the Panthers winning in 7. But it's entirely possible the Panthers win in less than 7. All depends on Game 4. But the way they manhandled the Edmonton Oilers tonight, yeah, if they do that to the Oilers in Game 4 again, and we see a similar result, yeah, this series could be over. This could be a short series. I don't see it happening. I see it going, I mean, like I said, I picked Florida in 7. It could be done in 6. It all depends on Game 4. But, man, oh man. I mean, the Panthers, just, they have a way of doing that to you. They do. They as Steve Dangle has said it, this is a team of psychopaths. They have a way of just, they can get under your skin. They can just throw you completely off your game. And the minute they do that, the minute you're off your game, you're done. You're done. You are at their mercy. And there's no coming back from that. Not against this Florida Panther team. So we'll see what happens in Game 4. But boy, oh boy, the Florida Panthers come out. They hang 6 on the Oilers, a 6-1 win. They're up 2-1 in the Stanley Cup final. Game 4, I believe, I don't think we have another game now until Thursday? Or is it Wednesday? No, I think it's Thursday. I don't think there's a game till Thursday. Which, again, is interesting that you've got that extra day break in there when you're in Florida already. But the Oilers, they gotta get themselves back on the beam here, and they gotta figure out a way to tie this series up at 2 to get it back to Edmonton at least 2-2. Because if they have to go back home down 3-1, that's gonna be a tall task. But let me know what you guys think. Could this series be over now, potentially? Or is there still plenty of time? I personally think there's still plenty of time. There's still a lot of this series left. But Game 4, to me, is the big one. Edmonton has to win that game. They have to. They cannot afford to fall behind 3-1. They fall behind 3-1, the Florida Panthers are going to be back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, in my opinion. Let me know your guys' thoughts, though, in the comments section. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Only takes a second. Definitely helps out the channel. Also, click that subscribe button. Let your friends know. Tell everybody about the channel. Hit that subscribe button. It would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Also, hit that little notification bell. That way you can be notified anytime future videos are uploaded. And share the video with everyone that you know, with your friends, with your family. And if there's people out there that love hockey content, let them know about the channel. I'd love to have every hockey fan in the world join me here at Larry's House of Hockey. Even if you're a new fan of the sport, I'd love to have you here as well. I love talking hockey. I love telling people about hockey. If you're new to the game and have questions, I'm plenty open to answering them. So let me know, though, in the comments what you guys think. Is the series over, or is there still a lot of time left? Game 4 is the important one. And what do you guys think? Is it important do the Oilers have to win Game 4? Or can they get away with losing Game 4, going down 3-1, knowing that, hey, they came back and won 3 in a row last year? I think this year would be a little different, but we'll see. Game 4 is important, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. So like, comment, subscribe, share. I will see you guys later.